Hey YouTube, Joeboy here. So, you heard it. There may be spoilers out. They may completely ruin the near future of the One Piece story. Oh wait, no. This is just more fake spoilers that lead a lot of people to believe that they're true when they're so obviously fake. It literally upsets me. So what am I talking about? Well, Sawyer7Mage did a video earlier today in which she brought up that somebody had sent him a link to some spoilers on a Facebook page. And so I'll link this so that you can go and check it out and read it for yourself. But basically Sawyer says that, these spoilers obviously aren't confirmed, but he definitely thinks that it's possible that they are in fact real spoilers. Which is kind of disturbing in and of itself because Sawyer himself points out the many flaws, some of the many flaws in this post, yet still seems to come to the conclusion that it's possible that they are legit. So long story short, I'm making this video because I think that many people are going to believe that these are legit spoilers even after watching Sawyer's video on it, because Sawyer doesn't make the correct stance that he should, which is that there's some cool ideas that are being presented, but these are definitely not spoilers. And so this is what I wanted to emphasize to you guys. These are not spoilers. And okay, so my first point is, where did these spoilers come from? In this long post at the very end, they say that it was a One Piece graphic designer who knew of the future plot of One Piece, which first of all doesn't make any sense, but knew of the plot and decided to share it with the forums, and it was originally posted in Japanese but then translated into English on the forums. And so I am part of the forum community. I'm also very adept at using Google, and I cannot find where this post was originally translated from so that this Facebook page could get a hold of these spoilers in the first place. Where did they get these from? Additionally, they say that a One Piece graphic designer knows pretty much the whole story of One Piece, and so this does not make any sense. Do you know who knows of the future plot of One Piece? It's Eiichiro Oda and his editors. Definitely not a graphic designer. A graphic designer like, somebody who makes, I guess, pictures or perhaps works in the animation team or something like that. These people, this person, given his job description, would not know the future events of One Piece. That by itself is a huge hole in the idea that these are legit spoilers. And then again, let's go back to the source of the spoilers, which is this Facebook page, which seems to be some sort of One Piece Philippines store in which they sell things. So they posted this long ass spoiler, which would have been huge by itself, and then in the comments just below that, they're like, oh hey, buy our stuff. Okay, so there's definitely no motive whatsoever for them to potentially draw in One Piece fans in general to their Facebook page to potentially sell One Piece related merchandise. There's definitely no motivation for them to do such a thing, untruthfully. No, wait, if they made this up completely, then that would totally be something that they would want to do in order to get you to buy their things. Going back to this graphic designer who seems to know the future of One Piece, it's really interesting how precise he seems to know every single little detail of what happens in the Kaido arc. To the Straw Hat's reaction to it, not just like little samples here or there, like general ideas such as, oh, Luffy will defeat Kaido with Gear 5th, or in general Kaido has X Devil Fruit, or has some sort of power. No, he basically writes it as though he is Eiichiro Oda, and Eiichiro Oda sent him a script specifically of what their plans were for the Kaido arc, even though Oda himself said just a few weeks ago that he doesn't know how Luffy's going to defeat Kaido yet. In addition to this, if we actually read the whole damn thing, you'll notice something really interesting. He doesn't actually include many details that we ourselves couldn't predict given what we already know in One Piece, which is pretty much guaranteed to be wrong given that Oda likes to throw in curveballs all the time, add in new plot elements, mislead us in some way. Everything from this is something that is based on something that we already know, and that by itself is just really odd for it to be 100% true. Now don't get me wrong, he does include some things that we couldn't have guessed, such as, oh, a character's bounty or some characters' names. But these are things that you could easily make up on your own. But try and write the story of One Piece in a way that actually intrigues the audience. Has he added anything new from that perspective? Absolutely not. The best that he did was that he included the plot twist that Luffy would actually end up getting captured by the Marines after his fight versus Kaido. But this is literally the only example that I can find of something that is like a truly profound plot twist. So outside of what people have already speculated, we have one plot twist. Not a lot to look forward to in the future of One Piece, my friends. Also, keep this in mind as well, which is that this person seemingly took an enormous amount of time to flesh out the entirety of the Kaido arc, but then completely, for the most part, he relegated it to a few sentences, completely skipped over the arc that we're currently in, the Whole Cake Island arc, as though this arc has no importance whatsoever. Sawyer himself even said that he's calling BS on what this guy wrote about the Whole Cake Island arc, and this just is a simple logical point here, which is that if one part is BS, then you have to consider the entire thing to be fake. And then to only top this off, basically he suggests that Big Mom isn't going to be defeated, the Vinsmokes are going to cut Big Mom off and then allow the Stratus to escape. But Big Mom, as we know, is a character who will kill people that you knew in the past in order to get back at you. So he didn't mention this in the spoiler, but pretty much rip Zeph. Goodbye Zeph, because he's basically going to be killed. Because if there's no resolution with Big Mom isn't defeated, and they just run away, then Sanji is basically sacrificing the life of his former mentor. I also thought it was extremely funny that this guy called Jack Kaido's right-hand man, when if you actually look at the legit translation of the original wording for what Jack was, he was one of Jack's right-hand man, as though all three of the calamities were equal. So clearly whoever made this went under the original assumption from the manga stream translation that Jack was in fact Kaido's specifically right-hand man and not one of the three calamity. And so another evidence pointing here to the fact that this is completely made up of theories. And although this was pretty well put together, and honestly I don't actually mind this guy's thoughts about the future of One Piece, he totally forgot about Marco and the rest of the Whitebeard pirates, which Nekomamushi is currently going to find Marco, and we assume going to bring them into the story to meet up with the Straw Hats again during the whole Wano arc, which could consist of Kaido. And if Nekomamushi isn't planning on bringing Marco into the story, then what's the point of him going out there to go get to Marco, and then as this guy potentially spoils us, then bring Nekomamushi to the Wano Kingdom? So apparently he went to go to Marco and then went to Wano Kingdom, but Marco is not in the Wano Kingdom. But the real nail in the coffin is that he totally forgot about the Shogun of Wano, the person that Momonosuke and Kinemon and all the samurai are really, more than anyone else, even Kaido himself, want to defeat. Oh yeah, and that whole thing about opening the borders of Wano Kingdom, no, we're not going to touch on that in the actual story of One Piece. Wait, think about that for a moment. And then without this resolution, somehow Wano Kingdom later becomes allies to help save Luffy from the world government after he gets captured after nearly killing himself fighting against Kaido. Again, we're missing something here, bro. Like, your story is incomplete. But anyway, I could keep going, but I think this is enough for y'all guys. Just don't buy into this whole spoiler stuff, especially when you don't know of the source. And there could potentially be motives to specifically mislead you into thinking something's true, even if it's not, in the case of a store posting these spoilers seemingly out of thin air. But yeah, guys, so, I just felt like I needed to share my thoughts on this. That's, there's a lot of these that are created, throughout the history of One Piece, and pretty much always they're proven to be wrong, and it will be no exception in this case either. That these are not spoilers. This is fan fiction based on many popular One Piece theories put together in a way that seems cohesive, but is definitely not 100% true, because they were not actual spoilers taken from the story of One Piece in the future that we have yet to see, but rather somebody made it up on their own. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you believe me or not and why. Also, sorry for talking about this. I know that this isn't necessarily something that my channel would normally cover, but to be honest with you, I just want to head this off before this becomes overly popular, and I'm going to clickbait the hell out of this video so that people watch my video hopefully as equally as they would Sawyer's, just so that people can see really why these spoilers aren't legit. Regardless, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have a wonderful day.